Our administration has launched a civil rights investigation into the Minneapolis Police Department.
Investigators from the Minnesota Department of Human Rights will head to Minneapolis City Hall to collect records, do interviews, essentially mine data to find out if that police department, as a rule, discriminates against persons of color.
What is clear is that tragedies like the one that happened to George Floyd do not emerge from a few isolated bad actors, but from patterns of misconduct.
In most cases, the goal of such a civil rights charge is not to shame or seek huge financial awards. It's about creating long-term change backed by a court order.
The death of George Floyd is what launched this investigation. George Floyd should be alive.
A core function of government is to guarantee the public safety. It's a core function. That did not happen.
The Minneapolis PD is also on the radar at the state capitol. The Posse Caucus, persons of color and indigenous lawmakers, announced several bills today, including one that would automatically send all officer-involved homicide cases to outside prosecutors instead of local county attorneys.
And what we are seeing today is how those systems that have been built are playing out and devastating our community.
These investigations can take months or even years, but the end goal is to change the way things are done at the Minneapolis PD. Now, if the police department does not comply with that agreement, then they can get the courts involved and do what's called a consent decree, where a judge makes the city comply. In Minneapolis, John Croman, KARE 11 News.